Hello, we're here at, this used to be an old Good Feet's store. This is actually a shoe store that we are redoing. We're taking out where they had big mirrors up here that we're removing. We're removing all of the wall work here. And we're actually going to go back with the new stripe, which we have a template for that's laying here. We'll show you the before and after here, but this here is the beginning of the store. And when we show you here the baseboard right here, this here won't be there. They're going to actually put that in when they install all of the new carpet and everything. But this is the beginning of it. As you can see, we have to do some wall repair on areas right here where it's real rough and fill all the holes here. And then of course this is tape that the previous, I guess, owner of the store did. So we'll pull the tape off, fix all the wall repair. As you can see, all this is, and should have it done by tomorrow afternoon. Hi, this is Chris with A Stroke of Color. We're going to show you how to do some mudding on the wall, how to fix and do some wall repair so you can do it at home yourself and do it right so it doesn't look bad. If you can see here up close, right here there's huge rings that go all the way around this blue stripe. We need to make sure that this wall is perfectly smooth for our customer. So what I'm going to show you is how to mud it, how much mud to put on, and kind of the transparency through the mud so you can see that you're not putting on too much or too little. So that way you don't have to mud again. Okay? Here, I'll show you real quick. And what we're going to do, we're taking regular grade 3 wall mud and just mixing it up in here. And we're just going to skim coat is what it's called. And we're basically just going over this edge here. And if you can kind of see, you can see it a little bit. It's transparent just enough, but not too much. And that way, when we come to sand, we don't have to do a ton of extra sanding, but we can still do it to where it gets a little bit more transparency, almost like right in here is the way we want it once it's dry and sanded. But we're going to put it on all the way around here. And basically what you do is you just take it all the way down your knife here and just bring it down. And you can go back and forth, and we're trying to hide this seam. So if we go down the middle like this, you can see it kind of exposes the seam a little bit. So when it does that, it's called cross hatching. We come across like this, and you always put pressure on the opposite side. And then once we see these lines here, we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes once it sets up a little bit better and knock all these lines down so it's perfectly smooth. And then we can come in and just sand it tomorrow once it's dry. But we're going to come over this here and bring this all the way up. So you can kind of see it looks like this. And then once we come in and sand it tomorrow, this whole line and all these ridges will be gone, and it'll look like a perfectly smooth wall. And we'll show you the after effects once we get this sanded tomorrow morning. Hey, this is Chris again. We're going to show you real quick on how we sand. If you can get a close-up here on these lines here that are left from the mud, what we're going to do is come in and sand these lines across first to get them down. You don't go across it like this because it can actually pull the line out and take a chunk of it out. So real quick, we just go through, sand it like this, and then we hit the edges first because we want to get a smooth transition up to the middle of this. And this is kind of humped in the middle, whereas this here, once we get this done and we go all the way down, then we come through the middle of this, and we start going in an up and down motion. And what we're going to do is slowly expose, if you can remember, this blue line right here, so we know we have a smoother transition. And now once we get this going, we can what's called cross hatch, and now bring it, if we have any waves from us sanding in an up and down motion, once we cross hatch it, it'll take those waves out and we'll have a perfectly smooth wall. And of course, once we're done with this, we always come back and hit it with a fine sanding sponge and take any of the lines out. So you can see this is a level part, so we leveled it from here to here and over, and then we made it perfectly smooth. And we'll continue to do this throughout all the rest of the walls. We'll continue to do this throughout all the rest of the walls, and we'll show you the end product, which will be a nice smooth wall. Hello, we are now going through and we're actually putting up a template that was provided by the Good Feet store that we're filming here. And you can see over here the wall that we are getting ready to go over and do. We're going to actually make this wave, and we penciled in this wave here real quick. You can see the pencil line here that goes up the wall here. We're going to come in and tape all this off, and then we'll start the other color once we finish off with the wave here. And the wave will continue and go all the way around the store. Okay, we are just now finishing up the one wall in here, and you can kind of see the difference between what it was before and now. And the floor is actually getting ready to go in, and then once we hang the decor package in here, we'll show you all the after effects. But you can see this back wall where we kind of end it because there's a separation back here. And then we're just re-rolling this one wall out here, and then we'll be done, and it'll be a Good Feet store. Okay, we are here at the Good Feet store. We're actually getting ready to hang this heavy sign. This thing weighs probably about maybe 100 pounds, but we're actually using these easy screw anchors, which are right here. We're using an easy screw anchor here, and then we're going to finish hanging this up here, and then we'll hang this big sign, and we're actually going to use these brackets, these metal brackets, to hang on the wall, which will go right here. Rob, do you want to finish installing this real quick? Or Don, whoever? Once we get the metal brackets, we are going to finish with the rest. We've kind of hung all these other signs already up. And then, of course, we're going to go back in and hang all the letters and everything else, and we'll show you the after effects of this store when we're done. Hello, this is Chris again with A Stroke of Color. This is the finished product for the Good Feet store. You can see all of the painting is is completed. Back in the back here. We came in today and finished hanging. We actually put in a TV, wired the electrical through, and then of course hung all the signs and letters and everything. And all of these here actually sit off the wall a little bit, and I'll show you on the Good Feet. These actually come off the wall, so we had to use spacers and pre-drill all of the holes. I think there's 3 holes per letter. On the bigger ones there's 4. But a wonderful decor package from Good Feet store, and of course hang the signs, hang the bigger signs, complete all the painting. And if you see back here, this is everything. And that's the